Hi all, welcome to my Module 7 blog for the Seminar in Digital Media winter course offered through A-State. For my term paper, I elected social media triggers and effects. The reason why I chose the topic is because I was interested in the psychological tactics that social media offers to consumers. The purpose of the term paper is to gather research over how social media intentionally and unintentionally creates triggers that affects consumers to create a response. The importance of the research is to answer the following question: the importance of social media triggers and the effects it creates. The research will emphasize the need to know internet triggers, how the world reacts to them either in a positive or negative way, and why it is needed when it comes to a business aspect. It will also include how major companies use social media triggers to their advantage. The era of technology will never be put back in the box, as media and the internet have become a powerful tool across. The World Wide Web was invented by Tim Berners-Lee, which gave users the ability to access web sources over the internet. Many consumers in today's world would struggle without technology. After the creation of the World Wide Web came a powerful tool: digital media and its benefits. Johannes Gutenberg's invention of the movable type printing press paved the way for mass production of print media possible. The use of the internet and social media have changed consumer behavior, as media fulfills several basic roles daily. Due to the increase of users on the internet each year, social media has created hidden triggers that is aimed to consumers. The social media hidden triggers created can be felt externally, internally, behaviorally, slow, and fast triggers. The definition of triggers are anything that might cause a person to recall a traumatic or even great experience. However, it is difficult to identify a trigger until it has occurred. External triggers are related to consumers' environment, such as hearing videos that have strong traumatic sounds, such as sirens, fireworks, gunshots, and even yelling. In fact, many social media outlets nowadays have trigger warnings on their videos at the beginning to alert the consumer. The concept of trigger warnings stem from research on post-traumatic stress disorder. Internal triggers are any feelings of anger, jealousy, confusion, happiness, addiction. In fact, using social media daily can release dopamine, causing addiction to media, and many more feelings that come within. Internal triggers can arise from personal use, either in a positive way or in a negative way. Slow triggers include feeling unwell, feeling tired, or not sleeping well, not having nothing to do for a long time, or even not having any attention. Slow triggers are described to be things that are going on in the background, and they often start a long time before the challenging behavior. Fast triggers can occur when a consumer is being ignored, something unexpected happens, or even being told no. Ignoring and excluding someone activates the same receptors in the brain that trigger a pain response. Social media triggers can also occur while marketing to get a conversation going. Businesses and corporations identify what triggers make audience respond. Jamie Turner, who has a consumer behavior degree, states that social media marketing is all about emotional triggers. The reason why social media creates triggers that vary between users is due for several factors. Every person has different physical, personal, and emotional factors such as age, health, illness, pain, personality, beliefs, expectations, emotions, wants, and needs, and so on. Users also have different life experiences such as family, culture, and friends. People will not respond in the same way compared to others due to these factors mentioned. Experiencing internal triggers on social media often happens for several different reasons depending on the individual and their personal issues. Subjects as data breach, death, or even an advertisement asking to help animal shelters with pictures of a puppy starving creates internal and behavioral triggers to consumers. Social media marketing uses behavioral and psychological triggers to their advantage because businesses want to engage audience and develop a personal relationship with them, causing consumers to buy their merchandise, subscribing, or using their services. For instance, a person who regularly writes material for a blog uses emotional and psychological triggers to their advantage to catch the reader's attention. The blogger will choose topics that are relevant to today's culture, make their content informative, entertaining and interesting, and choose the proper social media platform to reach more audience. The importance of using proper media platforms is because every social network has a different culture. There are certain triggers that social media campaigns are to success. Social media creates an informational social influence trigger. The idea that everyone has one. I should get one too. An example of this trigger would be the increase of people purchasing Chuck Taylor All-Stars high top sneakers. The Converses gained massive popularity since the shoes can be worn with any wardrobe and considered to be one of the most versatile pair of shoes, or even subscribing to Netflix because everyone has one. Marketers also create the decoy effect trigger, as its intended message to its audience is that the package is cheaper when there is a bundle. This creates a cost-effective approach. The trigger that marketers create persuades the audience to purchase their items because of the deal that a company may be having, which triggers the ideal of a cheaper purchase to consumers. Another strategy that social media marketers use is the frequency illusion trigger. The idea that people see a type of product everywhere, so it must be a good product. As a result, they purchase the product, and according to Jamie Turner again, this is a common psychological effect that calls on the selective attention of people and drives them to purchase the product. Nowadays, people invest in products that are well known and most popular. If the consumer doesn't purchase the most trending product at the time, it creates the fear of missing out, which is another common psychological trigger that businesses use to aspire more clientele. An example would be TikTok. Nowadays, consumers are trying to remake the same viral content to get more audience. Businesses or corporations can increase audience engagement through social media by providing them with something valuable in return to try the services offered, such as doing a free trial or even a free estimate. This trigger is called the rule of reciprocity. From a business perspective, creating free trials for consumers could increase consumer satisfaction and benefit companies by allowing customers to try the service first before they purchase it. The last marketing tool that businesses use to trigger interactions with their audience is the obedience to authority. Now, this trigger is another psychological response that dates back to all the way to 1961, which allows top brands to pay more money to get celebrities to endorse their products because they have a certain measure of influence and authority. Triggered marketing is one of the most used and improved tools for many businesses because companies can send automatic messages via email and short message system, which is SMS. They develop general promotional emails and triggered emails. The difference is that emails are manually sent on a one-to-one basis, where many people are sent the same email at the same time, while triggered emails are delivered to an individual on a one-to-one basis. According to Forrester research, triggered emails generate 4 times more revenue and 18 times greater profit compared to general promotional emails. The triggering email event happens when an email is sent to a subscriber based on product view abandonment, car abandonment, and order confirmation. That's right. So when you try to purchase something on Amazon and you decide not to purchase it, but you still leave it in your cart, ta-da, you may receive an email from Amazon either suggesting to go back and pay for it because they're almost gone out of the item that you were interested in, or they recommend you to other products. And that's how businesses and e-commerce businesses use those strategies to get more clientele and more revenue for their business. When a consumer has become triggered by many social media events or personal, users can counteract the effects of a triggering event by having a positive perspective. Users need to recognize where their intense feelings are coming from, and then consumers are suggested to avoid social media when their mood is low. They need to browse through positive social media posts and know when to take a rest from their screen time. When a person gets overstimulated by social media and the internet, according to science, it creates a similar fight or flight response because social media fosters a feeling of every man for himself. So, avoid social media when mood is low and take a break from social media. There is no shame to walk away for a couple of hours and turn your online offline. Social media is destined to increase as years go by due to technology advancements and new updates. Media outlets is the new medium for human interactions as it has become an integral part of consumers' lives. Major corporations, businesses, and normal day-to-day people use media to advertise, promote, and for personal use. Media can act as a public forum for the discussion of important issues as it continues to provide instant data to its customers. The internet is a fundamentally democratic medium that allows everyone who can get online the ability to express their opinions through, for example, blogging or podcasting, though whatever though whether anyone will hear is another question. Due to media's ability to be a public forum, it has created internal, external, emotional, and behavioral triggers for consumers that result in a positive and negative response. Thus, consumers need to be aware of how easily media can create intentional and unintentional triggers in today's world. Thank you for subscribing and for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed my blog.